Hello everyone. আজকের শোয়ের ইন্ট্রোটা আমি ইংলিশে দিব because I want my guests to understand what I'm saying. So people have been asking me why I am not getting a haircut. So now you know the reason because I was trying to copy our today's guest, Sreesanth's hairstyle. So have you ever seen such dedication from a host? Hello Sreesanth, welcome to Lockdown Live with Cricfrenzy. Does my hair remind you of your younger days?
2011 World Cup. I'm in Bangladesh. Kemon ache? First of all, I should say Kemon ache to everybody.
Right. So what comes to your mind when you hear the word Bangladesh?
Mishti, khub mishti, and khub balo. Then I know a few words like Kemon ache and Kolkata. I was in Dum Dum. My uncle used to be in army, so he was a lieutenant colonel there. So I used to come there for summer vacation, especially. I remember October during Durga Puja. That was my first visit to Kolkata. So it's, from there I picked it up. And to Bangladesh, my first visit was obviously with the team in 2007 when Bangladesh defeated us in the World Cup. Then we had to come there for the one day and the test series. That was my first memory. Super. I love Bangladesh. And especially 2011 World Cup, this hairstyle is same as, in fact, a little more though.
Right. Yeah. So you had an afro. Yeah. Right.
Oh my God. That was more like there is a temple called Tirupati Balaji. I'm a very religious. I come from a very spiritual religious family. So I had prayed to the Almighty that, I will chop my hair only once we win the World Cup. So that was in 2010 when I was, I think 2010 September, I decided that if I make it to the World Cup squad, I mean, there was no if and but. So I just told myself, maybe if I win the World Cup, that's when I'm going to go and chop it off. And that's what I did.
So are you superstitious in general, like, or just it's just with cricket?
Some people call it beliefs. I prefer belief system than superstition because certain things which you work for you, especially in international sport or any sport, even in artistic. I'm from an artistic family also, so even when it comes to art, there are certain things which you do regularly. It's like a routine. So some people call it superstitious. Yes, if you call it superstitious, I am. But if you call it beliefs, I prefer the name or the word belief.
Right. Oh, very well said. So Arnab Goswami, the TV host, introduced you like this. There is nothing this man has not done. So you've played cricket, you've done films, you even ran in the elections. So is there anything left in your list? Going to the moon, maybe?
I hope Corona won't make it that difficult or any new virus won't come. God forbid. I hope it doesn't come like that. And to go to Mars or Moon and all, it's a huge job. So I think I'm safe here. I'm very happy. I should say I'm really, really grateful. So whatever I did, like Arnab sir also said the same thing. All I can say is, see, when something which my dad told, I would like to share because my dad always says, which is a very modern way of, there is a Shah Rukh Khan movie where Ammi Jaan kehte the, koi bhi dhanda chota nahi hota. Or dhande se bada dharam kuch nahi hota. So the same thing my dad used to say when I was a young kid, that you should never worry about what you're doing as long as you're doing it, you're giving your very best and you're learning some. I mean, don't worry about the failure and success part. Learn from it. So in school, I used to bunk classes that was the excuse saying, Dad, you only have told me that, follow everybody. So I used to go for singing competitions. I used to go for dance competition, acting. Sports means everything. So because every team is different. So I ended up being a sports captain also in school in Bangalore. So it's all because all this theory. So like Arnab sir said, all that really helped me now because I was never scared of coming last because I knew even if I come last, the next time I'll be better than the last. So I just kept improving in every field, and that really helped, especially when the ban happened. I got into movies. I did a Bollywood, like a couple of them, and then I did two South movies. Then it really helped me in Bigg Boss also because that was very difficult. So yeah.
So which was more difficult, the Bigg Boss or bowling to, like, say, Brian Lara?
Um, Surely bowling to Brian Lara, because bowling to him, I remember 2006, that was the first time I bowled to him. A great guy off the field, but on the field, he's like tiger. So I used to call him King Charles Lara. So we were very fortunate to, share a lot of times together, especially off field, in his house and parties. And he's a great guy. So when it comes to talent, there's no question. And when it comes to being a human being, he's a great guy, because that's where I learned. Most of us got this tendency of not going in public, thinking that a lot of people will, trouble you and all that. Something which I learned, which I still follow, because I go out in public. It all depends on how you, approach them, or when the people come and approach you. So that's something which I learned from Lara. He goes out and he talks to literally everybody, and he's so cool. So I will surely say, even he's on the field.
Yes, true legend of the game. Sri, your ban is ending in September, I guess, right? In this or October, September. So you must be pumped up to get on the field. I know, like, I have checked all your interviews on YouTube, and there's a common question. Tell us about the night you got arrested. But my question would be different. Tell us about the day you got selected for the Indian team, because India is a massive country. There are millions of young boys who want to don the blue shirt and play for India. So was it a dream come true? Like, did you dream of playing for India, share dressing room, say, with Sachin Tendulkar? Like, we all grew up watching him play.
First of all, I should say, it was a great, how do I say, satisfaction, in fact, to get the cap from Tendulkar itself. So we call him Paji. So Sachin Paji gave me the cap, and there are times when the senior player comes to you and tells few things when you give the cap. Even in this cap, I was given cap by Anil Kumble. So they were, I used to model myself in to be a leg spinner first. So as Anil Kumble and Shane won. So getting a test cap from Anil Kumble and one day cap from Sachin Paji was great for me. And I still remember that feeling is better than winning the World Cup, because everything starts on that day. Your journey starts. I mean, it's been years and years of hard work and lots of smart work, and being in the right academy with the right people, getting up at 4:30 in the morning, cycling all the way to the ground, then go to the school, then come back to the ground, then go back home, do your homework, again do that routine again and again. And sometimes when you don't get selected, especially I never got selected from under 12. Who is listening, I just want to tell you all, don't worry about selections. It will come to you, because if you are that talented, if you're that hardworking, cricket, if you keep the game bigger than yourself, that game gives to you all the time. So that's what happened to me also. So 2005 October 25th is surely bigger than winning the World Cup.
Right. So Sri, tell me, what is it like for a youngster to walk in the Indian dressing room with such big names, like greats of the game? You have seen them on TV, like most of them, and then suddenly you're part of them. Like, is the dressing room very welcoming to a youngster?
Absolutely. It's pretty intimidating though, because I come from a place for Kerala, and from Kerala there was only Tinu Yohanan who played for India. That too only 3 test matches and 3 one-days. But he was with the team for 1.5 years. But then he was on and off. So he always told me that don't worry, you will get used to it. But I was very fortunate that I was in MRF Peace Foundation in Chennai, and I knew a few cricketers. Most of the international cricketers used to come to the Chennai under T.S. Shekhar sir and Dennis Lee sir. So I ended up meeting a lot of friends, and I was very fortunate that I kept on playing a lot of domestic before that. I didn't just come out of one practice match or net session. I played almost 4.5, 5 seasons before playing for the country, and I played for Indian Airlines. So I was very, as I said earlier, that really helped me. I played a lot of matches in Delhi and Chennai also, in Bombay also, league matches. So I came to know most of these legends. And I'm very fortunate. I have to tell you this. I tell this in all the interviews. If I was not an Indian cricketer, maybe I wouldn't have survived so much, because what I've learned from the dressing room, as you asked me, bowling in the nets, I used to plan in the night. If today is, tomorrow is the nets, then I used to plan today. Like, okay, today I have to bowl Sachin Paji this way, Lakshman Bhai this way, Virender Sehwag this way, Yuvraj Singh. In fact, even Bajipai scored 2 Test 100. So it is very difficult to bowl in the Indian net. So you learn a lot, and as you said, it is very intimidating. Yes, when you walk in for the first time, but they make you really comfortable, and then
Right.
it all depends on the performance. You become a sponge. That's what I've learned. You become a sponge, and you observe and absorb the very best, and squeeze out the things which you don't want to. So that's what I did.
Oh, so my next question is completely out of the context because you brought up Harbhajan Singh. So I have to ask this. So was it a very strong slap, or it was just a pat,
Not
a friendly?
No. It is more of an emotional thing. It was not really slap pose. It was like a back.
Oh, okay.
How do you say? Chalna. It was more like a
Oh,
Hindi
okay.
wala thing. But I,
Okay.
I got emotional. I'm an emotional guy. I show my emotions. It was just that I call him elder brother, and he's one of my very good friends and elder brother even now. Even in the struggling days, he was in touch, and he kept me going. A lot of cricketers for
Okay.
that matter. God's been kind.
Right.
So not publicly, but personally. So that's what happened, but the media made it. It was like a 30 seconds episode, and it became literally 30 hours and 30 years kind of an experience. So
Right.
we had patched up on the same evening because we play for the same country, we play for the
Right.
same team. In fact, we both used to work in the same company, Indian Airlines. So now it's
Okay.
Air India. I used to play for Indian
Right.
Airlines then.
Okay.
So Bajiba used to even captain the side. So he knows it was just that, as an youngster from my side, I think I will say the mistake which I did is, being over aggressive and aggressive to your own players. But I never thought like, that's going to end up like this because that was the first year IPL happened. So,
Okay.
I was really wicket taker also. I was going through that, phase, and obviously I was over the moon, and
Right.
that's how I played cricket. Even whether it's Hayden, whether it's even Tendulkar Paji when I used to bowl against him. I have come to Bangladesh, even anybody for that matter. I have only given, I got this staring and all that, but I never thought that's going to happen. But yeah, that was an experience, great experience, in fact. So you learn from that, and that actually motivated me. In fact, that was around the start of the IPL, and the only way I could, get out of that was performance. And I was the highest Indian wicket taker in the first IPL. I was
Okay.
having the purple cap till the last game I played. Then finals we couldn't make it. Kings 11 Punjab
Okay.
lost in the semi-finals against Chennai.
Right.
Otherwise, you never know. But yeah, I was happy that Shane Warne and Sohail Tanvir was the only person who got more wickets than me. So that's some. I still have the purple cap in the house because you don't have to
Wow.
give it back.
Okay. Yes. Fond memories for you. So you were always animated in the field. I clearly remember watching it live when you hit Andronell out of the park and did that dance with the bat. I was like, oh my God, what is he doing? So, and of course, your celebrations after dismissing Andrew Simons, I guess. You know, yes. So my question is like, was it your on-field persona, or Sreesanth is like that, like emotional, like in your daily regular
I am.
life?
I am very emotional like, in regular life, but you learn from your own experience. And I played a lot of tennis ball cricket. I'm sure even Bangladesh they play a lot of tennis
Right.
ball
Yes.
cricket because I played a lot of tournaments. And when I was growing up, as I said, I never got selected in under 13, under 14, or under 16 or under 17s. When I was in Bangalore. When I came back to Kochi, that's when I actually got selected. In fact, that was the main reason. Even when I played for the country, yes, the first ball was nervous, but otherwise I was fine because I played a lot of tennis ball, and when you play a tennis ball match, there are, I don't know, thousands and 2,000, 3,000 crowds watching that in the middle of the night. So that gave me the experience. So there, you cannot, as a youngster, you have to give it all. And even if you have a friendly match, we give it all. Even when we are playing against each other in the evening, even if it's not a tournament, you have to be on the seniors phase. Otherwise,
Right.
they don't give respect to you. So that is just something which I picked it up watching Dennis Lee sir in MRP's foundation. Alan Donald used to be my favorite bowler. So all the fast bowlers who runs in, because it's not easy. You know it better. I'm sure you have played cricket too. So it's
Right.
very difficult to just run in hard, especially in subcontinent condition, and just
Right.
on flat tracks. You need to push yourself. So I used to be there on the face because the only way you can get great batsman is especially getting into a head. Sometimes bouncer is not the option, but you might just take the covers out and say, "You seem to be a great legend. Why don't you drive me? Apparently I'm too slow, right?" That's what we told in
Right.
the press. So you get into the head. So that is me. I'm always been emotional, and I am not scared. It takes a man to cry. That's what my dad has told. So you shouldn't be scared. Maturity is not hiding your emotions. Maturity is having a heart which is pure and making sure you are what you show to the world. And you should
Right.
have courage to do that. I think it takes a man to do that.
Sri, do you think like because of you are an entertainer, you are a fun-loving person, so people took you for granted, even with the match fixing fiasco, and people like, oh, it's Sreesanth. So maybe people didn't take your struggle too seriously.
I don't know about that because see, I can only give opinion of me and my people around. So I am very grateful to the Almighty that except the game, everything was with me. My family, my friends. I came to know who the real friends are. When it comes to the saga, also whatever the match fixing saga, I had to wait literally 2.5 years to even open my mouth because till the court gives me clean sheet, I had to keep quiet. So only 2015, it took me 2.5 years, and it was not easy, bro. And it's not easy not going to even school ground to even run because most of the school grounds are affiliated to our district association. District association is
Right.
associated to the state association. State is associated to BCCI. So it's a long process. So imagine all that happens. So I think the question answer I can give is scam least bothered now. At that time, yes, I was always questioning. Who's there? Why is it? I said my lifestyle. Is it because a lot of questions were asked by myself in my head. I didn't share it with anybody. It was more like my share it, what I meant is in the media or anybody. But personally, a lot of people knows how I am and what I went through. So all I was asking is it because of jealousy? I don't know what it was. It was maybe because of the nightlife
Right.
and
So
nobody expected maybe me
Sorry
to
to
be,
interrupt. Yeah,
that's okay.
sorry to interrupt you. Like in many of your interviews, you mentioned that like you have been made the scapegoat. So have you ever asked yourself like why you? Why would someone would want to frame you?
Yeah, I think maybe I was the right example at that point of time because I used to be all everywhere, and maybe the only mistake I've done is having late night parties, but most of them did that. Maybe because I did not have any backup, even from my own state. In fact, at that point of time, because elections was going on, and there were a lot of other things going on. So maybe I was an easy target, but see, all that is in 2013. I'll be very honest. In the from the last 2.5 years, something which I have told myself is that yes, interviews people are going to ask, and this is the way to respond. And but from September, the only thing, because I only have 4 to 5 years of cricket left in me as a fast bowler. At 37, you are keeping your legs up and chilling, but I'm
Right.
just starting again. And when I look back, I think it was I am least bothered about who is behind me or who I have to take revenge and all that because.
Okay.
Uh, what I went through, even there were so many other names also in Supreme Court and all that. So even I used to say in 2015, "Unke bare mein," I mean, what about them? But right now, when I look back, especially in the last 1.5 years, I've decided that if me, my family, my state, and cricket lovers went through what we went through, imagine if
Right.
I start taking names, it's stupidity. So I think I should just, I should have the faith in my ability and just, keep my fingers closed and hopefully, be a part of uh, Kerala cricket team this year and perform. And that's it. I should not too much worry about who was behind and who is not, because just because of 3 or 4 administrators, I shouldn't question the association. Just because of 2, 3 police officers or whatever, I should not question even the army or even the police, because somebody must have asked them to do whatever they wanted.
Right.
But the case itself is stupid things, because when it comes to because if I start explaining, it's more like trying to. But then everything is clear. God's been kind. 4 balls, 5 runs was given. The case itself was 14 plus runs. It was never given. It was
Right.
only 13 runs.
Right.
So
Yes.
not a single slow ball, not a snow ball, not even tried for a white ball. Even Bangladesh knows better, because the first ball I ever bowled in 2011 World Cup was the biggest wide in my entire career. I think in to
Right.
I think Kai. I think Kais. I think he was on strike.
Kais, Emil Kais, yes.
Yeah, yeah, Emil Kais was on strike. I remember I tried to. Our plan was to get him Yorker, and it was fast, but then it was a wide four, and nobody would have even doubted if I knew something like this happening. Why would I bowl 4 balls for 5 runs? So I was shocked. To be very honest, I was shocked with all this incident which happened. But then, uh, when I came back and met my mom, dad, that's when I realized, life is more. Yes, you're giving blood and sweat to your game, but sometimes the interview started up saying he's been everywhere, but that was the
Right,
only way I could pay my bills. I could take care and show the world that running away is not the answer. You could
right.
face your life, and you have to be very strong. And I'm very happy that I'm from an entire different upbringing, or no upbringing can make you the way you are, but luckily, I think, as you said, emotionally, because I didn't suppress anything. I didn't,
Right.
become a volcano. So
Right.
when you suppress a lot of emotion, that's when things bad
You
things happen.
erupt. Yes, absolutely. So I can imagine how difficult it was for you because initially you were handed a life ban, and then it was reduced to 7 years. So you are still planning to make a comeback and play for your states. So what got you going? Like 7 years is a long time, especially for a fast bowler, and like you did other stuff as well. But then again, cricket was on your mind all the time. So, but what got you going that yes, I'm going to make a comeback? It's not easy.
It's not easy. I mean, even when I took up the cricket ball, I never thought about, as I said, never about the selection, because I always thought about selection when I was a youngster, and never got selected. The moment I said, chuck it, you just got to give your very best. That's when I became the vice captain of Kerala under 19 when I came back. So from that moment onwards, even today, it's about decision making. I'm sure in your life also, it's about decision making. When you make a proper decision making, that's where I think I have decided. I decided the day when I got the bail. In fact, much before. And in fact, when I met my mom and dad, I knew the only way to answer this is, it might take months. I never thought it was going to take 7 years. I'll be very honest. But then that's how life is. Few seconds can change your entire decision making, goal setting, and everything. In fact, 2013 September, there was South African series, and I was only because I had surgeries done in both my big toes. I have a steel
Right,
rod and titanium nails through my bones. So I was coming out of surgery, and my goal was to make it that level and win a series, because the first series we got drawn, the second series we lost. So my aim was to win this series this time, but unfortunately, everything planned and here and there. So even now, my plan is not to just play state. State, I'm playing for sure. I will be winning the Ranji Trophy and Irani Trophy. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying, but we will,
right,
because I'm live and Cricfrenzy. I will hopefully, inshallah, we'll give a proper interview once we win the Irani Trophy also with Sanju and Sachin. We have got a good team, so good fast bowlers. We have
right,
6 to 7 bowlers who's bowling 140. So
right.
it's a brilliant competition even for me. So I think it's all about decision making, and I'm sure it gives you the power. How the clarity, it gives you clarity. And September 2019, I got the permission from the BCCI, so I was very clear even then. But from
Okay,
2019, I have said no to a lot of I have to say, I had movie offers, and I was in middle of a web series shoot, and except the game, everything was there with me. But a lot of friends knows, and especially my dear ones, my wife, my kids,
right,
my family, my mom, dad, and my brothers and sisters knows why. The answer is very simple, bro. 7 years. A lot of youngsters played, a lot of seniors played. They got retired. My own colleagues must have got retired, and all
right,
that legends to newcomers. But they were in the sun, training their heart out, and feeling the pressure. I was chilling,
right.
bro. I was doing movies inside the AC and vanity vans. So I am completely fresh. I might be 37, but my bones and muscles are much more fresher than a 37-year-old. Luckily, that's the way I look
Now,
at it.
I'm 37 too, so my bones are fresh as well. So that's fine.
Absolutely, we are strong,
So
boy.
yes. So, Sri, so when you would be in the field holding that red cherry uh, in your bowling mark before you start the run up, would you worry where you put the towel?
No, Oh yeah, now yes. Oh shit. Oh, I have to be very careful. But I don't, I won't worry because in Kerala it's summer and literally, you need, especially now, saliva is not a part of it, so you need
Right.
something to dry to keep your, and I sweat a lot, and a lot of cricketers, I'm sure, subcontinental conditions is not really good for fast bowlers, but you can reverse swing. So uh, I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm really, really good at reverse swing. So
Right.
because of the seam position and the angles which I've learned in the last, I don't know, 20 years, 25 years. So God's been kind. So I won't worry about putting a towel or not putting a towel. It doesn't matter for me. It depends on the
Right.
conditions, and I will go about that in that matter.
Right. Sri, I don't want to make you walk through the horrible incident that happened on that fateful night. But still, for our viewers, we all know you won 2 World Cups, but at the same time, you got picked up by police in the middle of the night, just like in the films, and you were in jail for 20 odd days. Can you just briefly tell us for our audience, like what happened exactly? Like it's very dramatic and cinematic. That's why I'm asking you, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to keep on saying on that. But to the viewers, I will surely say, wait just 5 more years. In fact, 5 or 6 more years. If my fitness is really brilliant, every moment, every sport, I'll be writing. Nothing against anybody, but what I went through, and I'm never going to question or. There were so many names also were taken even when I got picked up. I was shocked. There were so many. One thing I will surely clear: there were so many things where they were talking about. I was drunk. I was this. I was that. Blah blah blah. All that is. Yeah, everybody came to know later after 2.5 years that it was all false. But those 14 to 15 days that the media across the globe showed me as even the affair was on me and Dawood on the first page. That was, how do I say, taking me from the airport like a terrorist, in fact, with bulletproof cars and I don't know what, with blindfold and all. I think God's been extremely kind, bro. When I look back, all I can say is to all the viewers is thank you. I mean, somewhere out there, you must have thought bad, or you must have thought good also. Thank you very much. If you thought bad, I just want to make it very clear. I'm not a part of it at all. Which I had to wait literally 6.5, 7 years, in fact, to even get back to the game. And people really think, there is some goodness or, he's given his very best. So please pray for me. That's all I can say because whatever happened, I just hope even my worst enemy should not go through what I went through without doing. In fact, I think the only, I will not say mistake, the weakness or the strength which I had is being very real and running and giving your heart out even in a tennis ball game. That's what I've done.
Right.
And somewhere down the line, I'm sure a lot of dots got connected except mine. So luckily, whoever was against me, who was standing behind in Malayalam or most of the Hindi channels, they asked me, "Piche konte," means who is behind you. So all
Right.
I can say is whoever is behind you, I don't have time to look back. I have to look ahead. So I am just looking forward for a amazing career. At least I don't start. I'm not planning to stop with the Ranji Trophy. I will not. I will surely give my very best to play the Test Championship. That's my goal. And hopefully, 2023 World Cup again. I might just travel to Bangladesh. You never know. I have not
Yes.
done great in Bangladesh. So let's see. I just want to tell all the viewers, and I love Dhaka. I mean, most of the stadiums.
Right.
In fact, even Test. Why I'm telling you is this because Tendulkar scored 100 against Bangladesh, and I was very fortunate to be his non-strike. That was the only time I've hugged Tendulkar. When he scored 100. In fact, I went and
Right.
asked him, Sachin, Padi, can I just hug you? So that's where I come from. So all I can say is to the viewers, thank you for the support and the wishes and
Right.
whatever bad things or whatever things you have written also, but it's okay. I have forgiven myself to forgive everybody.
Right. And also, when you asked Sachin whether you can hug him, did you say yes or you just hugged him?
He said, of course. It's in the middle.
This
It
is
was very, I mean, how do I say? Because you asked me about, the first question was, how did you how was it welcoming? Everybody is welcoming, but at the end of the day, Tendulkar is, how I say it,
Of course.
Tendulkar, Lakshman,
Yes.
Anil Kumble, they are all Sahir, even Sahir Khan for that matter, because he's
Yes.
super senior in MRF Pace Foundation. So we look up
Right.
to them in a different matter. I mean, after IPL, yes, youngsters have become, "Yo, bro, what's up?" But sorry, I come from very old school style, but I still respect the guys who have played even first class before me. So that's the way I have brought up.
Right. Sri, you know that Shakib Al Hassan is banned for a year from cricket as well. Have you followed the story?
Can you please remind me, because I
Okay,
somehow,
so yeah, so Shakib Al Hassan has been banned from cricket, from international and all domestic cricket for 1 year. So, like you had a longer tenure of ban. So, do you have any message for him? It's from the viewers because I'm sure like he's also
why was he
having a
why was he banned? I am not sure.
So it was related to not disclosing his conversation with
See,
a bookie or something.
all I can tell him as or to all his fans is surely brought your Bangladesh cricket to the next level, and he's a this is just somebody who doesn't want him maybe breaking the records. That's all I can say. I am with him
Right.
because I know what I went through. 6.5 to 7 years. I mean, bro, every season when a cricketer misses one season, it's equal to 2 years. That's what a lot of people don't know. It takes one complete season to make a recognition. But luckily, unfortunately, he's a legend, and he's proved, because I come from Kerala and I had to prove a lot every match, even when I play for my state. So I know how
Right.
Bangladesh cricket have come up, and I wish him all the very best. I am sure when he comes back, I just want him to score 100 and a 5 wicket haul on the first match. So I'm very confident that he will, he will do it, because uh, don't worry, what class is permanent, form is temporary. So just think that the tough times don't last, tough people do. So all the very best to you. Kemanachi Bangladesh. So anybody who is hearing, uh, still live, all I want to say is thank you very much. I am sure he's going to come back. I think there's some connection problem.
So I'm back. Can you hear
Everyone
me?
can see. Yes, I can. You went off red.
Yes. Yes. So, bro, I wish you all the best that you make a comeback and you come and play in Bangladesh, but you don't take a single wicket against us. Maybe,
I
maybe,
always, I have to say this to everybody who's the viewers. That's one, how do I say, one country which I don't know, I have done greater things. God's been extremely kind to get the best of the best top order out. But against Bangladesh, for some reason, I don't know why, I swear on, I have nothing ashamed to say, but at that time it was day what more. But I used to literally struggle. I think I have got very few wickets against Bangladesh. I can't even remember, because if I remember, I would have got, I think, Kais and Ashraful. Um,
Ashraful, yes.
yeah,
Tamim
I think
Iqbal, yes.
three or
Yes.
four wickets, I think, out of 5 or 6 games.
Okay.
And the last one day, I remember it was in Bangladesh 2011 opening match. I
Right.
bowled 5 overs and free hit, and all that happened. So Bangladesh, I'm really, that's some place where I want to, even I don't mind, even, if someone is hearing, I would love to play club cricket also. Please let me know. If the season doesn't
Yes.
conflict, like Sachin Baby, a lot of people
Right.
from here, Rafi, a
Yes.
lot of people play Bangladesh club
Unmuq
cricket.
Chad also played. Wasim
Yeah,
Jaffer
great
played
player.
in the last season.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Um,
I wish all the Bangladeshis and all the cricket fans out there who is watching this all the very best. I just want to say one thing before I leave. Thank you very much, Cricfrenzy, for giving me this opportunity. So I'll say who Mishti from my side and my family
right.
and my state and my
Right.
country.
But
And
I do have few questions left. Just a
please ask.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us your transition from the cricket field to the world of cameras. Was it difficult for you, or you always had it in you? Because I know like your brother is a famous playback singer in the South. So you had it in the family going, you just knew that you're camera friendly.
My sister still is an actress. She's done more than, I don't know, 60, 70 movies, and
Wow.
she was in serials and stuff. My brother was playback singer. My brother has got his own production company. My father has acted in 3 Malayalam movies, but obviously he's in
Oh,
LIC
okay.
and stuff. He got retired. So everybody in my family is somehow related to arts. And I was in a different form called Art of Fast Bowling, but a different art altogether. So when I came, and especially, hard times make you a very tough man. I'm telling you, who is listening, I'm sure everybody's fighting their battle, but the war has to be won. I mean, you might lose a few battles. That's what a lot of people say. But for me, I could not even lose one battle. So it was very important for me to, learn. It was not easy. It was not
Okay.
difficult also. But
Right.
it was very much possible. It was about 7, 8 hours on the ground. Instead of that, I was spending 7, 8 hours learning from Mahesh Bhatt sir and Pooja Bhatt, because I did my first movie with them. I did a lot of
Right.
workshops. Same way, the way we have net practice. We
Okay.
have to go through that workshops, and it was not easy. You are not this 2 World Cup winner cricketer or the superstar there. You are just a new
Right.
actor, and I'm lucky that I started with the movie called Cabra. It's on Z5. If you guys get opportunity, please watch. Then I
Okay.
did a movie again. I think it was the transition was not easy at all, bro. I had to go through. It's not because my family has got it's in the blood. I had to really work hard. And
Okay.
even on YouTube, there is a Malayalam movie which is dubbed to Hindi, which is T5, which is my first
Yes.
regional movie. And then I did another movie where it took me. I think the fourth movie is where I got an award for the best outstanding performance in Milan South
Oh, okay.
last year, 2019, called Kempagowda 2. So
Okay.
not bad. It took time. It was not easy.
Yes, of course. Anything you do, a lot of hard work is required. Now, let's talk about Bigg Boss. So, your Wikipedia profile says in Bigg Boss, you threatened to leave the house 299 times. Is
I
that
have
even
no idea.
true?
That's what
It's on
Salman Khan also.
Wikipedia.
Salman Bhai also says. Salman says by say the same thing. I don't know. It was very difficult, bro. You asked me about turning into an actor, but that was more difficult because being real inside the Bigg Boss house was the most difficult thing. Because everybody was acting. Everybody was from the even the commoners who came in had a different plan because they were Bigg Boss fans. I was never a Bigg Boss fan because I was offered from 2009 because of my, as you said, the characters and the way I had my lifestyle and all that. They were offering me
Right.
this from, I don't know, 2009. But
So it was not scripted. Sri, it was not scripted.
no,
Okay.
not
Okay.
not at all. Because a lot of people ask me, is it scripted? I said, what do you think? And I just don't, because it's live and it's quick frenzy. So I would love to share.
Right.
There's no script here. I mean, because
Okay.
if you are locked in a room 24 hours, why don't you try? I mean, we're just in a room with nobody who you just get. One day you can act, 2 day you can act, maybe 1 week,
Right.
2 week. But when you are there for more than, I was there for 110 days, I think. So it was not easy. But luckily, I had my own plans later. I think thanks
Yeah.
to Jalota, when I went, I'm sure who watched the Bigg Boss will know because I realized what I'm supposed to do, and it was
Okay.
being me, not the cricketer Sreesanth, but Sreesanth or Gopu, which is my nickname. So
Nickname, yes.
I tried to be the Gopu in, but Sreesanth, because that's why I was always looking for that fight. Because all the anger, the fight is what I meant is in Agada. So there is this
Right.
Kusti or boxing
Right.
or whatever you call it.
Right.
And I used to enjoy that. I used to look forward, and there are camera scenes that I came to know later from my wife when I came out that there were contestants who used to go to the camera and say, "Sri bhai ke samne mat leke jana." So it was, so it was fun. It was fun. It's nice,
Yes.
it was a great experience for me. I have to really thank the Endemol and all jokes apart, but I have to really
Right.
thank Endemol and the Colors channel because I did Jhalak Diklaja in 2014. That was a huge thing for me because especially after the depression state and to get to TV, that to live. Hats off to them and my wife who actually pushed me to do Jhalak, and then I did Khatro, then I
Right.
did Bigg Boss. So yeah, a lot of I think a lot of blessings from me and my family to them.
Right. So you were a crowd favorite, and eventually you became the runner-up of Bigg Boss of that season. So, despite the all the allegations and the bans, why do you think the fans, the audience loved you? They didn't want you to go out of the show.
See, that's what I said. I'm sure you had a complete different opinion about me till now, for sure, because nobody knows who you are till you watch them live. And luckily, thanks to the social media big platform, especially now, you have to look at the positive side. That's what I've learned from my parents and a lot of people who doesn't give up. So I think I was brave enough not to run away. I faced my problems hands on, because friend on. That's the way I took life, and maybe I was only contestant in that Big Boss house was not trying to put up a show. I
Right.
was just reacting the way you will react. I was reacting the way anybody will react to a situation. Not to please anybody, not to be with anybody. And I
Right.
stood by my decisions inside the house, and that's the way I am in my life also. So I just was me, and thanks to that opportunity, because I think that's why people loved me, and I still have. I think I might be one of the few contestants. Even after Big Boss, I still have the Sri fam. A lot of people, and they
Right.
make sure whatever I do, they're following. But the biggest gift I can give to them, you asked me about cricket. The best gift I can give to them is playback, and the ball, that first ball in the first class itself gives a lot of people a lot of satisfaction. So I'm looking forward to even bowl that first ball in a test match. So let's see. I think thanks to Big Boss, I think that's the reason. I think I was just till the Big Boss. I think nobody knew the real Sreesanth. I mean, they only knew the aggressive fast bowler who's arrogant, who's a party man, and who was whatever player or whatever you call it at that point of time. But all that changed in everybody's head once they saw me live. It was we couldn't hide anything, because it's a 24-hour show without cameras literally everywhere. Even in the washroom, when
Right.
you're brushing, you're in front of the camera. That's
Right.
scary, bro.
Right. And to be honest, I must admit, I was one of those people who thought you're arrogant and you're hot headed. But to be honest, when I watched you on Big Boss and that kind of, I knew you better. So now let's get back to cricket. So Salman Firdos Ayaz, one of your fans, so he sent a question that after winning the 2011 World Cup final, Virender Sehwag told the local media everybody had a good game except Srishant. Do you remember?
No, not really.
Okay, and so the other
I have to
thing
react.
he, so the
Oh no,
other, so the
late.
other the other incident he mentioned is that in 2007 at Trent Bridge, playing against England, a test match, uh, you bowled a beamer to Kevin Peterson. And later,
Okay, okay.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni, said at the press conference, at the end of the day, it's not just the captain who has to ask his players to exercise restraint, but it's also up to every individual to try and play within the rules.
What's his
So,
name? Who has asked this?
uh, so uh, the fan is
The question
Salman.
is,
Salman.
okay, what's his question? Yeah, okay. And the question is,
Say that again. I'm not getting you. His
the
what?
question, what is he
Okay.
asking? Okay, this
So the
coincidence.
question the question is like after getting criticized by your captain, and also how does it feel after hearing such thing, even though being a part of the World Cup winning 11?
Luckily, I'm getting this now,
Okay, great.
2020.
So how do you feel now? How do
So,
you feel now?
thanks to first of all, Salman, Assalamu alaikum. Garpe khairiyat. I mean, I have to tell love and regards to everybody at home. So, thanks for the question. But Trent Bridge, yes, I knew it. I read that. But the Virubai thing, I came to know now. But I think Virubai is somebody who stood by me throughout my career. Even when I came into the World Cup squad, he knew I was not a part of the World Cup. I'm just grateful. That's why I think something which I've learned as a kid when I was not getting selected is being grateful to the opportunities. I mean, it's very easy to look for many things in future, but yes, you have to work hard, but you have to be grateful. So thank you, Salman, for sharing this. At that point of time, Beamer was everybody bowls an instinct Yorker. If you see the match again, Nobody will bowl a purposely beamer. It was more of it was a very flat track, and I had everybody expects, and it was not reverse swinging. It was just normal swing in England. So in normal swing, everybody will accept. Okay, he might just bowl an in-swing Yorker, but nobody expects an out-swing Yorker. So
Right.
I used to bowl a lot of out-swing Yorkers also because that's what we bowl to a left-hander. So it is just a matter of changing the mindset to a right-hander. That's the ball I tried, and I couldn't get him out, but the team got him out the very next over by RP Singh. Maybe that worked, but I would never bowl a beamer. I know how difficult, even if you're bowling at 120. And I said sorry straight away, and it was a heated thing. But and I can proudly say he's my. I have got him, I don't know, 5 or 6 times without a beamer.
Oh yes, that's a good response. Um, uh, like you have mentioned that you are the only second Test cricketer after Tinu Yohannan from Kerala. Do you think like you had a lot of responsibility? Sometimes you need to build that legacy because that tells you that Kerala is lagging a lot behind compared to some of the other states.
Yeah, I feel no, I would not say I had. I still do. I still have to leave a legacy. It's just that it was very, maybe I have to literally not, I'm not somebody who will blame the circumstance or anybody. I used to do that when I was playing because, hard times teach you a lot of things. So something which I learned is, it is the youngster's responsibility. It's not just my responsibility. When I played,
Okay.
yes, I always thank Johanan for playing. But if you really ask me how much has he helped me, hardly, So it's up to that youngster to take it up. And I'm always there. If you look at Sanju or Sachin or anybody who is there, even now when we do indoor training or even next sessions, I am not somebody, as I said, media showed me before. Luckily, in the last 3 4 years, thanks to social sites and thanks to people like you and lives and when you are showing yourself live that is what matters. So I really hope youngsters. I am not here to, as you said, the legacy which I want to leave is in any profession, not just to a cricketer who will play for India, but I just want to give to every individual out there who thinks that he or she is giving up, no matter which field you are in. Never lose hope. I think more than hope, what I think it's belief. You have to believe in that, thing. So any youngster in Kerala, there are so many cricketers, but maybe one side of the story is maybe because of things happened, they didn't push maybe Kerala cricketers to the national squad. But that is a stupid. It's like conspiracy theory. I don't want to start that. So I just hope if somebody wants to really play for the country, the only motivation you need is your motivation. You have to stand up. And if you get 5 wicket, get a 7 wicket. If other state is getting other guys who's getting a 5 wicket hold, make sure you perform much better than the last performance. So talent cannot be stopped. And this year, that's what, it's a very good question you asked. So you will see in the next 5 years, it's a promise to the entire country of Bangladesh as well as to the entire cricket world that you will see a lot of Kerala, not just fast bowlers from Kerala, but a lot of good cricketers who will play for the country. And it's my promise.
Sri, I have learned something very valuable from you. You said do not only hope, but believe. That is very important.
Absolutely.
Everyone hopes to be at the top, hopes to be the richest man,
Absolutely.
hopes to be
Hope
the
is
top
the best
cricketer.
gift. That's what
Absolutely.
you have learned. We have to change that way of thinking because that's what we have learned from our family and our teachers because that's where they were. Because as you said, the question was super. When you want to leave a legacy, you leave not the same thing what people have been doing. You have to, I don't know. The way I look at life is you cannot give up. You can't. Your heart is beating. It's a miracle altogether. Then don't, I used to be, I never asked why me when I took the World Cup catch. Why would I ask why me when I went to the hard time? So that gave me my wife, my lovely 2 angels. I got close to my mom, dad because from a 9-year-old, I was always traveling for the game. I was never home. Even when I used to come home, maybe 10 or 15 days and then I'm again playing. So last 7 years is where I was close to. I think it's a blessing in disguise. You have to look at the positive side. Even when a business fails, it might be a good reason that some power, whether you believe in Allah, Krishna, Jesus, it doesn't matter. Some power wants you to do better. So you will work really harder. Don't give up there.
Right. Absolutely. It's the hard times are teaching you a lesson. You just need to have that eye to see what the God is trying to teach you.
Never rewrite the goals. Have plan A and stick to it. If if you think about plan B, plan C, plan D, that's when you don't give the very, very best on plan A. So it's always nice to have the plan A and learn. Don't ever
Right.
worry about failure. You only learn.
Right.
You don't fail. You only learn.
Absolutely. So, final two questions to you. Like you have said, like you are going to make a comeback, but do you think like it is realistic, considering your age and also the competition that you have to face? Especially, you have to compete against boys half your age.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward. In fact, I'm proving it every single day of my life. That's what I said in between, like a comic way. I said 7 years they were in the sun. That I really
Right.
mean it. Huh? It is a very comic way, but if you look at very scientifically also, I was hardly in the sun. Yes, I was shooting, but I never played a 4 day or 5 day game or running in and having the pressure of representing any team, even a club team for that matter. So in that way, when I look at visualization is something which I will suggest all the youngsters who's watching this. I'm sure you must have heard about it. But I mean, whoever is watching this, please visualize the best moments. Even when you're injured, you can lay down in the bed and you can visualize. There is nothing you cannot. Once your mind reaches where it's amazing how you, even when you start lifting weights, don't worry about being Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, that was his profession. He had to become that big. Yes, you should get
Right.
motivated. But the way I look at it is, can't wait, bro, to bowl the first ball because I know, the record. Some people say don't believe in records, but that is, I think, it's the biggest lie because records are something any youngster would love to break, and I'm still a youngster. I might be 37, but I haven't played 7 years, so I will say I'm 30. But the way I'm bowling and doing the fitness test, especially yo-yo and spin repeats and everything, I think I'm up there amongst the 25s and 19s. And the best part is experience is something which talent cannot do.
Right.
But imagine a
Absolutely.
talent who's forgive my language, but bloody hardworking and experienced. So
Right.
I think that's where, and as you said, the question before, I have to make sure, I am there with them. Even if
Right.
I'm not playing for that, I will be playing for sure. There is no question about it. I mean, worst case scenario, not because of the performance, I will never doubt my performance. But as I said,
Right.
believe, if I believe that this youngster also might play this match and it might help him to get a contract, obviously I'll be the first
Right.
person to walk out so that he can get an opportunity. But that doesn't stop me from my goals. I will help him.
Right.
So it is very important for me to get those legends from Kerala. As you said, maybe after 5 years from now, I can proudly say to Cricfrenzy, these guys, they are the ones who I told, will play a big role. I can take few names from Kerala, which is Nitish. He's a fast bowler who is training really hard. He was in Mumbai Indians last season. Sanju Samson, everybody knows him.
Yes.
Sanju Samson is the other one. Sachin Baby, he also played for RCB. Everybody knows him. He was the captain last year.
Right.
There is Basil Tambi, most of them knows him. There is NP Basil. There is Anish. There are so many. And there's a Chinaman bowler called Gias. He is brilliant. I think he must be playing club cricket in Bangladesh this season, but obviously Corona, I think next season he will come
Okay.
there and play. He's with the Australian cricket team, helping them because
Okay.
Kuldeep and Ivan Shamsu of South Africa. So Australian cricket
Right.
has been, helping him to travel with them and bowling in the nets and stuff. So
Right.
there are a lot of cricketers. So I'm not worried. Bro. I am
Right.
just looking forward. I'm really, really excited, and I want to leave the best legacy. As I said, never ever give up. And the best. It's very easy to be. You have to make it practical. Practice what you preach. So I'm looking forward to play that first match and to take it from there and hopefully play first class for the next 3 to 5 years. 3 years for Kerala, and the next 2 years helping a state somewhere in the world get recognition. And there are so many leagues happening. So after
Right.
5 years, play leagues for another 5 years. So 10 years cricket is what I'm hoping. God forbid, no injuries. But I believe, there is this guy who's playing NFL, Tim Brady.
Right.
He's
Tom Brady. Tom
42.
Brady.
Yeah, Tom,
Yes.
Tom, Tom Brady. Yeah, and he's still
Yes.
playing. He's still
Right.
playing, and
And winning
so
championships.
absolutely. So I'm just making, uh, Tinu sir, someone is messaged. Tinu sir said you will prove your fitness is the fitness. Yes, absolutely, Rahul. Rahul Sharma, absolutely fit and raring to go. In fact, Tinu Chetan, Tinu Bhaiya keeps coming to the nets once in a while to see our practice sessions also. So he's very good, and he's a brilliant cricketer, and now he's a great coach. So looking forward to work under a fast bowling coach. It will be fun.
Right. Sreesanth, your passion is infectious. Now, I can't wait to see you bowl that first ball. See, I
Thank you
mean
very much.
it, to be honest,
Thank you
uh,
very much. Thank you.
and I hope you have a great first ball. I'm sure, like,
I
you
will.
would be as excited as a debutant, and 7 years.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's a
A lot of
long
people
time
say come
coming.
back, but I look at it, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
All the
it's a,
youngsters, I took the names of Basil and Sachin. They are all seniors because they have played much better, more cricket than me in the last 7 years.
right. Yes. So my other question to you was, you said, like, if you get offer from clubs here and you would be part of Bangladesh's club cricket, uh, would you be a part of a film if you get offer from the Bangladesh film industry?
After 5 years, for sure. I mean, that is
Okay.
work. This 5 years, everything takes a backseat. There is no politician. Yes, I'll help a lot of people who in public, but when it comes to acting, everything take a backseat because if you are, it's like somebody is in the desert for last 6 7 hours and you are telling him, I only have pure water, we don't have juice. So it's like that. So I want to make sure that water which I was waiting to have a sip,
Right.
as God has been extremely kind given to me after 7 long years. It's not easy. That is 14 years. It's like a life sentence for a sports person. So
Right.
I don't think anything but cricket now. Everything revolves around the game. I'm learning more because people might be thinking, as you said, leave a legacy and make them push. But in fact, I'm learning from these youngsters. I'm learning literally every day. Knuckle bowl, I had no idea. I did not have any clue that there is 25 overs. There are two new balls used in 50-over game.
Right.
I learned all that in this last 3 4 months. So I am open to learning, and that's something which I told in the first time when we were asking the questions, because my dad have told me that the day you decide that you're some legend and you know everything, you are done. The
Right.
moment you decide, every moment is a learning experience, and be grateful even to the most youngest guy in the team, even in a club team. He might have some delivery which you want to learn.
Right.
You should have the courage to go up to him and ask him. He might not be able to tell you because he might get scared because he respects you also.
Right.
So it's our responsibility as a senior. So people call it because that's how senior junior that's what happens in any sport or any field. All I
Right.
can say is the senior responsibility now is to make sure I learn from the youngsters without their knowledge.
Yes.
So I've
Right.
learned a few tricks and trades, and bowl few, and I'm batting well also. So a
Yes.
Bangla movie can wait for 5 years. Yes, I would love to do a Bangla movie later, but not anymore. No, not now for sure. Now I'll come to
Yes.
Bangladesh to play cricket, maybe club
Right.
cricket, and maybe get wickets out. As you said, don't get wickets, but Bangladesh national team is something which I have not done well. So looking forward for a fight for
Yeah,
that.
that's in your list. Oh, Srishant, it's like, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I
Thank
have
you very much.
seen you on TV, uh, and now I got to discuss cricket with you, and you were not one of my favorite cricketers, to be honest, but now you're
Right.
someone I look up to be honest.
Thank you very much.
What
Thank you.
you've gone through, all your struggles, and how you see life. I think for the youngsters who's not even playing cricket, just for life in general, has a lot to learn from you, how you approach life. And can I ask something from you?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah. So I'm a huge Sachin Tendulkar fan. So next time you see Sachin, just say Sabir from Bangladesh said hello.
100% I'll tell Samir for sure. I will tell him, and
Any message
he'll be more
for
than
our?
happy. You never
Yeah.
know. You might be, in an interview with you, maybe very very soon. You never know. I mean,
I might get a
that's what.
I might get a heart attack. Wait. Okay.
No, you
Pause.
won't. You will only start living from that moment. That's what I call it.
Yes.
People say heart
Absolutely.
attack, but yeah. So I just want to say I will surely pass the message, and
Yes.
in fact, I'll straight away message him. I had this super conversation, and I'll wait for the reply, and I'll let you know. Anyway, but
Oh, that
I
would
just
be
want to
nice.
say to everybody, thank you very
Yes.
much. You've been a great host, and
Thank you.
all I can say is, how do I say? It's practice what you preach. So all I want to tell everybody out there is, please have faith in whatever you do, and there is a belief system you have to start. If you want success, don't worry about failures. You will just learn, keep learning every single day, no matter what profession you are, whether you're a cricketer, whether you're a sports person, artist, doesn't matter, businessman. You have to have how do I say, especially this pandemic situation, you try and, establish yourself, you don't have to be public. You can be private.
Right.
You have to be private because you have to take care of yourself. When you're taking care of yourself, spend 3 to 4 hours learning a new skill, or maybe developing that skill much better. Learn and learn and learn. Sky is not the limit. Sky used to be the
Right.
limit, but now sky is not the limit. All the very best. Please start having a belief system and stick to it. You will achieve greatness, if not more, and let those new generation follow your, legacy. As you also said the same thing. So all the very best, and Shabak here, and have a great life. And please take care of yourself and your family and your friends. Love you all. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sreesanth, and good night. Thank you very much.
Good night. Good night.